Okay, welcome to another episode of the Kitchen Hacker. Today we're making Hollandaise sauce. This is a tricky little sauce, but with a few little tips you should be just fine. So let's get started with our ingredients. In a bowl I have 3 egg yolks separated. Be careful to take all the egg whites out as much as possible. I'm also going to put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I like to use a little bit of Tabasco for my pepper. You can also use white pepper, but stay away from black pepper because we don't want the little black pepper flakes to be floating around. Once you have this mixture all nice and done, we're going to mix that up. Alright, I've already melted 1 stick or 4 ounces of butter. If you melt it on the stove, we don't want to take it too far and clarify the butter. We just want to melt it down and keep the solids suspended in there. On the stove, you'll see I have some simmering water, not too much of a boil. We just want a little bit of steam to come off because the steam is going to heat up the bowl, which in turn will heat up the egg, which hopefully will keep it from cooking. We don't want the eggs to get above about 158 degrees. If they do that, they'll turn into scrambled eggs. Not exactly what you want at your party. So let's get started by putting this on the stove. Now you're going to notice throughout this cooking process, I always have my hand on this because I'm always varying the height of the dish away from the double boiler here. And that's because I don't want to cook the eggs and I want to make sure I can gauge that. And I'm always going to keep this moving. As soon as it hits the heat, I will always move. So we're going to keep cooking it like this. It's very important to just keep moving this the whole time you're cooking it. Now you can start to see the color shift, and as the color shifts, this is about when these eggs are getting done and reaching what we call the ribbon stage. Ribbon stage will be when the pattern of the whisk will stay in the eggs as we move it. And they'll be stiff enough to kind of hold their own weight. Just about there right now. I'm actually going to turn off my double boiler. I have plenty of steam to cook the rest of the way. And that is perfect ribbons. Now, take this off the heat. And one of our little chef tricks here is to make a ring that we sit our bowl into. And remember that butter I already melted? Now we're going to start adding the butter in a very gentle stream. Because remember, we're creating an emulsion here. Put a little in at the beginning, just so I can get it incorporated. Very slow stream. This will take a little while. If you start to see this separating out, that's not a good thing. We want to make sure that this stays in there and does not separate. So if you see it start to separate like this, stop, whisk it in, make sure it's completely incorporated, and then come back. So now you can see the nice pale white color of that. That's looking very good. Last thing we need to do is check for flavor. Doesn't need any. This is good to go. So there you have it. A nice, perfect Hollandaise. Great for bacon. A nice Hollandaise for an Eggs Benedict. We can also turn around and make béarnaise with this as well, which is another great recipe that I like, and I'll probably share with you very soon. So that's it. Thanks for watching The Kitchen Hacker, where I'm helping you cook like a pro.